Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and Horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the dog. So welcome back, all my puppy pals. How are we doing? Let's find out as we shuffle these up and we pick three and we figure out how your week has been based on your Chinese Zodiac today. Let's move these around, shuffle them up and down, and stop about there. We'll take that one from the bottom, we'll take that one from the middle, take that one from the top. What have we got? A black to start with, two positives to finish us off. Looks like it could be ending well, but don't get that expectation in your head because white isn't always all right, black isn't always an attack. It all depends on those compatibilities. So let's flip them over. What have we got? A great example of black not always being an attack. The tiger and the dog go together really good. They're great companions. They're in the same affinity triangle. They're in that triangle of communication. However, we are looking at it from the negative. So maybe there are some kind of difficult times you're going through right now. You're finding it hard to adjust to something. You could do with a bit of support. You're almost reliant on that support right now, and it's making you feel a little bit slumped. But don't worry, because that tiger is there as a protection sort of spirit animal or energy around you right now. The tiger's going to have your back. It's bringing in communication. Maybe it's stuff that you don't necessarily need to hear or want to hear. Maybe it's bad news. Maybe it's something that you've been putting off here, and even though you knew it was going to be this way, and you knew it was coming, but it has to happen. It has to happen. You have to be in this place. It's only fair that everybody gets their own say. Everybody gets to point out their own point of view or perspective on things, their own feelings of things. You have to be considerate of that, although it can be sort of tedious or hard to when you think to yourself, these people are not getting it, because if they did, they wouldn't have anything to mope and moan about. But they are moping and moaning. That's bringing you down, making you mopey and moany. And there's a lack of communication there. So now you're getting snappy and they're not understanding you. They're not comprehending what you're saying. But that tiger's going to help, and it's going to try and turn things around. It is. As long as you look out for yourself and respect yourself, you need to be fair, balanced, and considerate. But you also still need to take into consideration your own best sort of interests. You can't help everybody, but at the same time, you can't shut everybody out. You need to find a happy medium. And this is going to take sort of, I want to say courage. It's going to take confidence. It's going to take you to say, I can do this. Let's get it done. I need to do this. I'm the only one that can. If I don't step up, then nobody else. You need to be the bigger person, basically. You need to be the bigger person, and you need to get on your high horse. We've got a catalyst card coming in. The pig, not a bad card for a dog. The pig is actually a compatible sign for you guys. And I'm thinking that there is going to be help and support that's going to come in. There is going to be help there. This is going to change things around for you. There's that catalyst. It's working with that pig. The pig and the tiger are soulmate cards. They go together very, very well, hand in hand. You're going for a rough time, lack of communication, you're needing something to change, something needs to give, you can't keep being this way, you can't keep going around in circles. Boom, there comes that pig, it's coming in. The pig's now going to help you. That pig's now going to work with that tiger to protect you through this time, to give you that confidence, to give you that boost in that sort of a self-esteem that you need. And that pig's going to bring in that change, and it's going to happen slowly, so you're going to have time to adjust, you're going to have time to move with it and navigate it. You're going to be able to mold it and manipulate it. You're going to be able to change the aspects you don't like. You're going to be able to add things that you do. This is going to be a good catalytic moment for you. This change may be happening right now, this present moment. You may be going through this and feeling the weight drop and actually feeling, yes, finally, they're understanding what I'm saying. Finally, things are getting done. Finally, I can see that things are progressing. And this could be a good thing for you, this catalytic moment that you're going through, this sort of change, this phase. It's a good step in the right direction. Dogs and pigs, as I say, go together relatively well. But what you are looking at right now is not necessarily the change being really, really good, but just a change that is getting you out of the bad. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have good, great, amazing results. It could just take you back to a happy medium place, a nice neutral place. And maybe that's what you need to kind of reset, to have a little bit of a rest and relaxation period. so you can recuperate. So that pig is a good indicator that you may be working too hard and you need to slow down and have a rest. Maybe it's time to just sort of let somebody else deal with the problems for a change. And maybe that's what you've been trying to do. Maybe that's what you've been trying to do, is you've been trying to delegate. You've been trying to get support and help, and it just hasn't happened. Well, hopefully that's going to change. Hopefully it is changing right now. Right now, I think your lifestyle, your values, your kind of way that you're living towards this kind of idea that everybody's just going to be able to fall into place with you, and you can kind of, like, do you know what I mean? They can't fit into that. They can't fit into your lifestyle. They can't see your values. You can't expect that. They don't see what you see. You can tell them your goals. You can tell them your end game. You can tell them where the finish line is, and you can point it on a map. But even though they can see the finish line, they can see how long the race is, even though they can see how far you have to run, they're not going to experience the race like you. They're not going to get sweaty. They're not going to get tired. They're not going to get achy legs or a stitch. That's all on you. But equally, they're not going to get the sense of achievement. They're not going to get that gained muscle, in their mass, or they're not going to get that gained muscle mass, or that sort of stamina and endurance that you will from it. Nobody can run this race for you, my lovely dog people. Only you can. Got a rooster card coming in there, and that rooster is a thinker. That rooster is one of those cards that is trying to encourage you to think about things. Because in this example, the rooster is worried about the dog, because that's the relationship that the dog and the rooster have. The rooster worries about the poor dog. So what you need to do is think about yourself. Think about where you're at. Think about this change and how you can mold it and make it work for you, and the advantages that you can take from this, and how it can be a good change, despite the fact that it's not going to have great sort of things coming out of it. It's good in the respect that you're moving into a better place than you were. I think right now it's those loyal friends and supporters that are going to come forward, and they're going to show you that there are people that have your back. And I think that's needed as well. As I said, you're almost reliant on this support that you haven't got right now. And now things are starting to change, and things are starting to come and sort of show you that you are supported and there are people there for you. This is going to give you a big boost. And this is good. This is good, because this is gonna, as I say, make things happen in exciting ways. In ways that you can then say, now it makes sense. Now I know why I had to go through that. Now I know why I had to do what I had to do, because that had to happen for this to happen so I could get to this place. As I say, that rooster is that thinking card, but this has also got something to do with finances as well. This is a financial kind of time where potentially you're going to be all right for a little bit. Maybe a day, maybe a week, maybe a month, but you're okay for a bit. Money-wise, does look quite good financially with that rooster in your corner, trying to help you organize that money and delegate those finances where they need to be, which I think is important as we're coming up near to Christmas, where we may have overspent, or we may have spent more than we should have done, or we don't usually spend that money in the other months of the year. So potentially this is a good opportunity now to budget, to sort of sit down and put your finances in a sort of payment plan for yourself, where you can delegate where that money is going and potentially be able to save yourself some as well. But we'll find out how you get on with all of that next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the dog. My last reading for the week will be for those born in the year of the pig. So if you are interested, I will see you then. If not, that's not a problem. I will just see you in the next video for the dog people next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.